Hello everyone, Scott from Scott's Moto Adventures, and today something a little bit different because I got some new gear and I'm getting it ready before I go on another rally. And I just wanted to have a chat about, this is the Naturehike Star River 2, very unique bag, tent, fly cover, and poles right here. It is an ultralight kit, and you're probably wondering why are you getting rid of your perfectly good Vestibule? Well, there's some issues with that. One of the things that I've never liked about my Vestibule is it cannot pack down properly. So I'm gonna set this up, film this, gonna set this up, you know, get it prepped, see how big it is on the inside. I might set up the Vestibule, might not, depending on how I feel. But this is just something I want to do, and I want to have a chat about how hard it was to find a good ultralight tent, because the Star River 2 is an ultralight, but boy oh boy was it a pain in the butt to figure it out. So first off, with the nature trail or nature hike, they actually, so the one really nice thing about nature hike is they give you a mat with it. And that's what a lot of affordable companies do. I was looking at some other companies that were more affordably priced. When I mean affordably priced, I mean that $100 to $200 range. They give you a ground cover. So I'll tell you this right now, looking at it, it does not have, and this is where Naturehike is showing that's not a premium brand. It has holes, it has like loops for stakes, but it does not have a buckle. And like you know, you look at your Big Agnes, your SD, I make fun of Big Agnes a lot, but they are quality. It has a whole system that ties together. So actually, this is the tent. This is the fly. So here's the cool thing. You have this buckle here. You have this buckle here. So the whole thing about nature, and then it actually comes apart, like the poles go in here and then you can take it apart. And if you want to pack it differently, you have 2 small packs and a pole system. So there's that. So this is the fly. Fly is pretty big. This here is the tent. And it's a nice little stuff sack. And I just want to see how well it is in here. Okay, so it is rolled up pretty nice. Kind of nice. Oh, it's a little bit messy, but it's okay. I don't know what that is. Lots and lots of string, which I'm not really a big fan of. This is actually the fly. This is actually the tent. Could have labeled it better. Now, what I liked about this particular, yeah, see, there's your stakes right there. Very lightweight compared to my Vestibule, which is really good. The other thing that I really like about this is compared to my Vestibule, it's a lot lighter. Like that is close to a 5 pound, that is close to 5 pounds, whereas this is only like a couple, you know, we're looking at a little bit around 3 pounds. I'll put the exact number up. But this is a very lightweight tent compared to compared to my Best Sport. Now, like my Best Sport, they are both freestanding. I do not like this bag. This is how the bag closes. You got this, you pop this, you do that. It's a little cheap. But here you go. You got a lot of plastic. You just put the stakes on so they can. And then we got the okay, so it is color coded. Let me get the camera. So there is some color coding. There is a like a pinkish red, green. So let's get that going. Get the structure up. So the whole thing about this is this started like last year. My Best Sport, I have never been a fan of it being my tent, because like I said, it never ever was great for, it was never great for packing back down after an event. I have never been able to get it back into its factory stuff sack, and it kind of bothers the shit out of me a little bit. It was a nice freestanding, it still is a good freestanding, but it just wasn't doing it for me anymore. So I ended up wanting to go ultralight, and I hate to say it, everybody's favorite curated store had been really pushing for ultralight, and you know, I really respect Motocampnerd. I do. I think Ben has done an excellent job of curating tents and stuff and gear, and I bought some stuff. I didn't buy a lot from him. I bought a towel. I ordered it on a Monday. It came to me on a, what day was that? It came to me on Wednesday. And it was actually kind of the gateway for me looking at stuff for this particular project. But I was watching their videos and they were really pushing ultralight stuff. And I was kind of like, you know, I had my epiphany like about 2 weeks ago. But I didn't think it was, the ultralight stuff was very important for them, but I don't know if it's important for everybody. And, you know, you guys are probably like, what do you mean? I'm like, the thing with these guys is it is all about, their biggest products are Big Agnes, Nemo, stuff like that. That is always ultralight. You're paying upwards of $600-700 just for an ultralight. And I kind of get it if you are a dual sport guy. If you are always on a dual sport, it makes all the sense in the world. But if you are just a guy like me with the GS, it doesn't make sense to have an ultralight setup. Now, I'm not saying don't buy a Big Agnes, because I'm pretty sure it's going to pack down a heck of a lot better than a crappy Best Sport or a cheap Best Sport. It should pack down better than this Naturehike. And look, I got the whole thing up here. It took me a couple minutes. Just looking at it, I mean, it's a lot different, and it's a lot smaller than what I'm dealing with the Best Sport. Now, this is a 2-person tent. In theory, I can get 2 pads in. I'm not going to even try that because my wife is not going camping with me. So it's okay. The biggest deal is at the head there, the width of the head is pretty close to the width of the foot. And I'm going to give you a piece of advice if you are looking for a Naturehike brand, or if you're looking within there, be very careful about the names, because you have the Star River and then you have the Star Trail. And I did buy a Star Trail, but the problem with the Star Trail was this end of it was way tighter, and it was a one-person tent, and it did not have the three-part bag system that I really wanted. So what I really like about this is, number one, it is a two-door tent, but look at all the mesh I have. I do not have that with my Bestport. I'm going to keep the Bestport around a little bit, but looking at it, the Bestport has a lot more material up higher because the mesh is more expensive. So as a way to keep costs down and make that a $60 tent, it's like halfway up. Now this here, yeah, I'll tell you how I found this. So long story short, I was on Motocampnerd, and they do offer some ultralight stuff that is affordable. Unfortunately, they don't stock it. And one of the things, but they were offering a Featherstone tent that has been getting a lot of reviews. And I was like, okay, that is interesting. And so I actually was gonna buy from them because they had it at $130. Well, they don't stock it. It's one of those, we stock it, we sell out, and then we get it when we get it. And then if I were to see an increase in price, I wouldn't be surprised, nothing against them. But for reasons, it could definitely happen. So I went there first and found that Featherstone, thought it was really interesting. And then I started looking around at other places. Amazon had them for $150. The pack down size wasn't as nice as I thought it was. So for me, it really wasn't a great, I wanted smaller. And I'm a little bit brainwashed because of the tube ends. They're like, oh, you gotta go small, you gotta go small. You do not have to go small with camping. And this is what I disagree with them about as I keep on learning. You don't have to do that, especially if, like me, I got my Jessie bags. Those things are awesome. The only reason why I want to go small on this is, one, I have more room in my Jessie bag for other stuff. Two, if I want to put it on my wife's Vespa and go on a motocamp trip and actually see if my wife's Vespa will motocamp, that's an interesting idea. Unfortunately, you know, so that's kind of what I'm thinking about. And this is all really light. So as I was going down the rabbit hole, and like everything else, it is color coded. So you have a red end. My red end is the head. The head just has a little bit more fabric on the upper end, and then on the feet, it's a little bit lower. Get some airflow going. And then I was getting ads for other stuff like Naturehike, and there was the Mongar, which I think is a solid one if I wanted to one-for-one replace my Bestport. But I don't want to one-for-one replace my Bestport. I wanted something a little lighter. I wanted something a little smaller. So the Mongar kept popping up, and I was like, okay, that's a cool product, but I wanted something smaller. Like I said, if one-for-one, perfect. It was a perfect, what's it called? It was a perfect replacement for the Bestport, but it didn't pack down small enough, whereas this packed down smaller. And then the one thing that sold me, I was watching the outdoor gear review, he showed me the bag, and I was like, that is cool. I go, that gives me freedom. I now don't have to, I can now like separate this. I don't have to have the fly and the other, you know, in the tent in the same bag, which to me, that's a big deal. So I was really happy about that. I mean, this tent went up pretty well. I mean, I'm not gonna guide everything out. Like I really should be, here, if you take a look here, I could, for more ventilation, and I should, but I'm not going to. I should also stake this down better, but I'm not, just because it's a video and I don't want to do that. But I really should be taking this, guying it out, See, and this is a freestanding. This is a freestanding tent. So as far as I'm concerned for this video, this thing is set up. I mean, yes, I should guide these out a little bit, get a little bit more ventilation. That is something that is not on my Bestport, that is not on here, and that is ventilation for the top. I do like to have those little vents up top to pop that open. And I could also try, there is a cool trick with the Vestibule where you could open this thing up like 3 or 4 different ways. You could set it up, you could guy it out. The idea is to turn this into a canopy. Yeah, I'm not doing that. So I'll show a picture of it online, but yeah, so you basically it pops up, you get some trekking poles and some guidelines, and you have yourself a nice 3-point canopy. Like you put 2 trek poles here, or a trek pole here, trek pole here. All right, let's go take a look on the inside. So the neat thing about this, and I heard some people not like it, I heard some people like it, was the twin zipper thing. I really don't care. You know, wow, this is totally different this seems so much thinner than my Bestport, the floor. Here, let's pop it in here. It definitely seems a lot smaller. So, but that might be a good thing. That may be what I want. That's kind of what I want, actually. So, like I said, I don't want to be like that model who just looks like she's in a pile of trash. You know, I would rather be in a smaller tent. And it's lighter too. So I think this is actually going to be really nice. So this is going to be my new camping tent. I'll be using it at Soggy Bottom this upcoming weekend. And then I will be doing what else will I be doing? And then I know in August and in September, I have a couple of Mahoning trips. So I'll be taking it on there. I don't know if I'm going to film both of them. One of them is probably going to get filmed. The other one or two, I don't know, because it's just, I don't want to be filming every time I go there. I like it there, but I also enjoy it there. So I don't want to film every time. One of them I'm going to film because it's Back to the Future related, and I'm a big fan, and I love motocamping. So it's like, okay, and if you see my bike, you see the flux capacitor. So, like I said, do not buy the Star Trail unless you want the Star Trail. Star Trail is under 3 pounds. That's impressive. Now here's the hard part. Can I put this stuff back? Can I put this stuff back? This is the part that ruined the Bestport for me. Can I just stuff it in the bag? This is the fly. The fly came in this bag, even though this is technically for the tent. Let's see if I can just stuff it in there. Someone's probably like crying that I'm doing this, but can this get put in the stuff sack? I'm getting it there. It's getting there. Now, I didn't remove the ground mat because it's in there. The ground mat was becoming a problem, and you have to stake it down. You shouldn't have to stake it down. It should be a buckle thing, but this is a cheaper, kind of fits. So it's kind of good, I guess. So that stuff's way better than my Bestport, so I'm happy with that. Now I wonder, and I might experiment with this later on, can I set up the rain fly with this in it? I don't think I can. that's something you could do with Big Agnes stuff, which is, you know, hey, if you're spending oodles of money, that's what you want to do. So, oh, and that was another thing that bothered me. The bike pack argument. Yo, you need to have a bike pack or you're not gonna do well as a motorcycle camper. I call bull crap on that. I have an 1150 GS with big old Jessie bags. Jessie bags are awesome. They're huge. No, I do not need to get Big Agnes tents with that. Even if you are doing dual sport, you do not need to do that. One thing that I'm a little disappointed about with Motocampnerd, they're very curated. They have, in my eyes, maybe the best tent for dual sport bikes, and that is a trek pole one, because it packs down so small, and all you have to do is bring some collapsible tent poles, one on one side, one on the other, and it's like, boom, you're done. And like, you don't have to worry about bike pack poles. But, you know, in their mind, they think that they need to do that. I'm like, no, like it's something that I think that they should really think of. And it's very odd that nobody there uses it, but then they have it on the website. So I don't know, like, I'd like to see a video using a trek pole, but I think their only guy who would have been able to use that ever was FTA 40 times around. And I think his bike blew up and then he hasn't been riding since. So that's how easy that thing came down. So that's good. Ooh, I didn't like that. Keep going. I don't like how it packs down, but I think this will work. It'll fit in, and it's in. Cool. Again, I don't know what this is, so I'm gonna pack this. But compared to my other tent, this packs down better. So that's awesome. So now, moment of truth, put everything back together. So with your powers combined, I know this is very intriguing television, but okay, there's that clip. And hey, look at that. It's back together. I never was able to do that with my Best Sport. So as far as I'm concerned, this is an improvement over what I got. Plus I got a ground sheet with it. You're not gonna get that with Big Agnes. You're not gonna get that with anything, but on top of it, it's nice to have, but it's not a deal breaker. I haven't been using a ground sheet for years. This ground sheet, while lightweight and interesting, is very cheap. I don't mean to be mean or anything, but it is cheap. If there were buckles on this, yes, this would be like a really good deal. They just took some, you know, I don't know what material. They took the cheap material and they just were like, oh, hey, we could just, you know, we could just fold it up and give it to the customer. And I appreciate that, because that's one less thing we have to think about. But at the same time, you know, it just really isn't that good when it comes to a ground sheet. I am not impressed with this. I think it does pack away. It's a little bit bigger than when I got it, but I think for the most part, this is really good. And really happy for the most part. This is gonna be a much better, this is like around 3 pounds. the best sport's around like 5, 6. And I might keep that for like Mahoning. Let's say there's an October show that I want to see on a Friday night and I want to go moto camping. Boom, I'm good to go. Because it gets up to like, it goes down to 40, 30 degrees. And I think that's a better tent. Or I might just sell that online. I'll put it on Groups.io with the BMW club. But this here, I think is gonna be a good summer one. I'm not gonna use it at the rally next year because I'm not going. But I will use it maybe if I go to the Square Root Rally or one of the other rallies that the BMW local or close geographical clubs are doing. I think this will be a nice change of pace. It'll keep me from keeping my place not like a crap hole like some creators do. And I'm just looking forward to using this. I think this is a great step up. Going with the nature hike at 130 to 150, I feel better about what I'm doing. And you know, I'm very happy with my purchase. I do think there are some things that are cheap. You can replace some things like the stakes. I can actually probably go buy off of Amazon real quick. I'm gonna use the Best Sport because the Best Sport stuff is better. I also wanna work on that. And I also wanna work on some other stuff because I kind of wanna talk about how much of a pain in the ass it is to buy a tent. But I think that's a talk for another channel. But anyway, if you guys have any questions, concerns, if you like this kind of stuff, please let me know. And I'd like to do some more. I'd love to talk more about moto camping, and we'll go from there. But yeah, thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.